You know, we have these conferences and all of you are important advocates and partners in these efforts, but I think it's worth saying and just thinking for a moment about the human reality of who we're talking about. Because, you know, we're talking about the 16-year-old girl who's enticed to coming to a city for a good job and is tricked into sexual exploitation. We're talking about a 12-year-old boy whose parents are convinced that he can have a better opportunity for schooling and work, and that he's put to work on a farm or in a sweatshop. We're talking about men and women who are tricked into bonded labor, whether at home or in a mine or another place. And so I think it's important for us all, we work in these issues, but important to grasp and hold on to there are real people in these statistics, and it makes a tremendous difference, all the work that all of you do to make a difference in partnership to fight this horrific crime. In terms of recommendations going forward, let me mention just three. First, governments must ensure that they have the necessary legal framework in place to both prohibit and punish the crime of trafficking. Implementation of laws on the books is crucial. It's not enough just to have the laws, we all have to work together to implement the laws. And often this is made easier with cooperation across government ministry and departments that are specifically assigned by agencies to handle this course load. Secondly, governments must address all instances of the crime, including both internal and transnational cases of trafficking. And thirdly, throughout all of our efforts, a victim-centered approach remains essential, because counseling and medical care and shelter are the basic needs of a victim who's traumatized by this form of exploitation. So governments must work together to address such needs, both through direct service provision and in partnership with NGOs.
Trafficking in human beings in Europe is a serious problem. And it's not only a problem of traffic from Africa to Europe, it's also a problem within Europe. As I said, it's a serious problem for Europe, so it has become a political priority to try and do something about this. And you can see that over the past years, there is a stronger commitment from the EU to do this. And it is not just a question of looking at legislation, it is also a question of implementing what has been legislated. And also this has become a priority, therefore, of the EU. And the Commission has put in place some concrete actions. They've been identified in a strategy which is called the 2012-2016 strategy against trafficking in human beings. The internet plays an important role in trafficking, and I think we need to look into this a bit more in depth, because we know the internet is used as a means to recruit victims of trafficking, but it can also become a tool to help prosecution and raise awareness. The Commission and the EU member states not only work together, they also want to work together and are working together with international organizations, regional organizations, NGOs, not only to stem the traffic within Europe, but also to assist countries in other parts of the world that are facing the same problem. Now, we're also looking at the future. We're in the process of identifying the strategies for working together with Africa or ACP countries in general. And I know the African Union has asked the European Union to look into a new program on migration, mobility and employment to cover the period 2014 and 2020.